everybody, and welcome back to Ultimate General American Revolution, and I hope you're having a good day. So, we left off last episode. We were preparing our forces to march on Boston, but as soon as I saved the game and was about to leave, this message popped up letting us know that Boston was about to get another roughly 700 more troops, and we were already outnumbered slightly. And now we're going to be even more outnumbered, so I'm beginning to think we may have to put a hold on attacking Boston, at least right now. I was hoping to get a jump before they could even send any more men. And we may have to reevaluate how we want to go about trying to actually launch our assault on Boston. Whether we want to wait to the Fort Ticonderoga opens up and maybe attack that, or maybe just keep building up some forces. But again, the forces around Boston are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger themselves. So we may want to try and maybe go up towards Fort Stephens, or maybe even Salem, or maybe just build up our forces and hope we can hit Boston and be good with that. Because right now we will have about, so that's about 4,000 troops. That's about 5. So right now, with this, we'd only have about 5,500 men to attack Boston, which again, I was okay with. But now that they're going to have almost 7,000, they're going to outnumber us by 1,500. And really, as the Americans, especially this early in the war, with only mostly militia, we really want to try and lean on the fact that we outnumber them. Now, a lot of the forces in Boston are going to be, actually, they're mostly troops. Well, I'm sure they have mixed, it's hard to tell. I'm sure they have artillery, a lot of artillery mixed in with that. In fact, I know for a fact that they have a lot of artillery mixed in with that, even though it's just showing troops and a few dragoons. But we are still heavily outnumbered, so we want to try and think of a way to get around them. Now, what we might try and do is just sort of try and get them out of there by just sort of feigning our forces forward and see if we can't break off some detachments and attack. Or, like I said, we could always go up, attack Fort Stephens, maybe try doing an end around and attack Salem, which might draw some troops out of Boston. There are different ways we can go about it. But this is my army so far. As we left off, we did have the USS Obedient as our navy. We are going to wait for additional ships to become available. We should get some in some events as we move forward. We want to go through and make sure we have construction going at all of our towns, at least these 3. I'm a little hesitant right now building in Middleborough or Leicester for that matter, because Leicester right now is not attached to any supply line, so it's kind of interesting. It might still be worth us taking a look at building up some infrastructure in Leicester. Oh, that's not what we want. But what we really want to try and do, we are building a recruiting house over here. I think for Newport, we're going to want to start focusing on trying to get some, because money is going to be a problem. One of the things I wish they would do a better job at is telling you what your financial situation actually looks like. I mean, you can do the math yourself, but I wish they would just be like, okay, so this is your overall budget. But as you can see by looking at it, we're losing about 1,100 gold a day. So we want to try fixing that as best as we can, and I think some of the best things we can do at the moment, at least, would be look at creating materials that we can then sell in some of these locations at least. And I think a great place to do that would be in Newport. It is sort of in the middle of the supply chain. If we look at our supply network, I don't know if it really has too much of an effect on it, on the supply chain, if we would build resources in those areas, but I just feel like it makes the most sense for Newport to have some of the supply. We could also build, actually Blacksmith House just helps with production points. So yeah, this is the only one that gives us more materials, and the materials I'm talking about is if you go to market and you go to goods, you can see we can sell and buy things out of this marketplace. So you can see we have ramen storage, cigars, textiles, which I believe is what the carpenter shop actually makes. Could be wrong, but I believe that's what the carpenter shop makes, is the textiles. So let's go ahead, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get that going. Over here, let's take a look at Providence. Providence is nothing's being built, but we do have the town hall that looks like it's being repaired. The other thing we do want to worry about is the schools, because officers are not a problem right now, but they will eventually become a problem. So we might want to look at, while we have the cash and the resources, getting maybe a school getting built over here. Actually, Leicester might be a good place to build the school, seeing as supply wise he's not going to be able to do much more. So let's go ahead and have the school being built over here in Leicester, and as you can see, all production from the city will be reduced, so anything we produce in Leicester will be less. Funding is definitely what we need right now. Weapons would be nice, but I think all these is going to be civilian weapons. Yeah, all we're getting is civilian muskets. Ammo, I don't think we're having an issue right now for ammo. So yeah, I think really at the moment, getting some more funding as we're going forward over the next few days is going to be our big one. What do we? So we're not producing anything. We can actually start producing, because if we go to our headquarters, what's that again there? We do have the quartermaster and the chief engineer now. We can start allocating some factories, or renting out some factories, in which we can use to then start making. Let's see, production management. Let's go to muskets. We do want to start probably making some muskets. So we're going to keep it on continuous. We're going to apply, and as you can see, we are now making 20 per day. It is taking up some of our iron and wood, as well as it is costing us some gold, I mean. But as you can see, we have a pretty good stockpile right now of some iron and the wood. Saltpeter is used for ammo, construction materials, obviously for building some of the buildings that we're now working on. Horses are for supplying cavalry, coppers for guns. We're not making any guns right now. And coal is again for ammunition and guns. So you do want to keep an eye on all those type of things, and you can do so by looking at this is what, yeah, because you can go to the mines and you can see what they're mining in each area that you control. As you can see, we are getting our production going to hopefully get this going. We got 37 days so that's complete. That is creating quite a draw on our civil expenses. The other thing we want to look at, because we don't want to have to sit here and worry about desertion. So we are right now just at the basic. If we were to go lower in salary, it would help out, but then our unit's morale will start to suffer. And we probably don't want to mess with the bounty either. By doing this, you get a recruiting bonus. You don't want to lower it again, because you're just going to get a negative bonus. So I think we'll just leave it as is for now. And yeah, these guys keep doing what they're doing. Army Innovation 1 is definitely what we still want to be working towards, because I definitely think I'm going to, after we get Army Innovation 1 done and complete, I think I'm going to use some of my reputation to automatically get Army Innovation 2 and then start working on Continental Army. Because once the map opens up, I definitely want to try and use Benedict Arnold to to start securing the other left side of the map once it opens up, and it should open up on June 1st? Yeah, it's supposed to be June 1st. So let's get this going. Like I said, our plan to attack Boston, at least at the moment, might be up in the air. Might use my character to go see what they have at Fort Stevens, and maybe we can possibly take that and start cutting them off. They haven't actually moved on Portsmouth, even though I've left it completely empty. And I do think we need to start reselect him now that he's been out there and he's actually been taking some desertion out here. Now, Middleborough, we do want to get a building going over here. We could actually have a stable being built, because we're not going to need horsemen right now, because we're not even anywhere close to needing cavalry at the moment. So if we go ahead and build a stable, get that going over here, we can just keep selling horses. We already have that going. I think over here in Providence, again, it might be worth it just to either do a carpenter shop or a stable. Or, oh, you know what? Carpenter shop is not what we wanted. I guess we get some sort of material. I'm actually not sure what material they actually are referring to when they say materials. This is actually what I think we wanted to go with, because yeah, that's going to give us textiles that we can sell when we want to. So Fort Stephens is only 500 men, but it is a fort. I think I may take some forces out of Providence to attack Fort Stevens. Maybe about half of the men that I have in Providence right now go attack Fort Stevens. Do we have the ability to make another militia regiment? No, we need more officers for that. So we are sort of stuck at the moment with what we have in terms of our units, at least until we can complete one of these, because I think actually these guys can use some of these lesser ones like officer recruitment. Might just be my general who can do officer recruitment. Let's see. Yeah, it is only my general who can do officer recruitment. We do need officers, because we are still going to want to build out our army. Even after we get to June, we do want the army to expand a little, so we can attack Fort Ticonderoga. Let's leave it like this for now. Let's just worry about attacking Fort Stevens. So Burns almost at Middleborough, and then we'll get him. Go ahead and have him join the Middleborough garrison. Think for our assault on... What's going on here? He still hasn't... Okay, this unit we might want to actually send back to Hartford, actually. So he can actually get some... Because I guess Providence doesn't... Yeah, we don't have any... Yeah, we don't have any in the of recruits that we can actually pull from Providence. So we'll take this guy and these two units, and we'll march these guys up. We'll form a brigade. any minute now. I don't know what's taking them so long. Join brigade, there we go. And we'll have them march up to Fort Stevens. See, no, we don't want them going that way. We don't want them coming close to Boston, so we'll have them take the long way around and march up to Fort Stevens. Let's have them avoid going through some rough terrain. Not, because yeah, Hartford right now, yeah, they have 231 recruits. They have 17. Providence doesn't really have any, but we just took Providence. Leicester does have quite a few. We might want to actually... Yeah, let's do this. Let's actually disband. We'll leave the brigade. Alright, construct a recruiting house. So we got 5 more reputation for constructing the recruiting house. And then we'll also lead the brigade with this guy. And what we'll actually do is we'll take McBee here, put him in Leicester, and actually take some of those troops. I'm not sure why the recruits are going down. I guess just because we keep drawing from it. So let's get these guys back in garrison. Let's speed this up a little. Get McBee into Leicester. We'll leave a small force in Leicester. We'll take 2 of these regiments. McBee can also get back up to full strength, seeing as he's not quite at full strength. I think he can have 720 total. Yeah, he should be able to have 720 total. Granted, we might have just lost some deserters. But on the march, he might have been full strength. I can't remember now whether he was or wasn't. Not enough muskets. What do these guys have? What do we need? So it's the first 2. Oh wow, we're only missing 2. So they had Spanish 55s and Charlevilles, but they're only missing a man out of each. Okay, let's buy one of each of those if we can. We can. Actually, while we had the money, let's go ahead and equip these guys so we can actually... Yeah, we can actually equip 2 more companies with these weapons. It's gonna eat up a lot of our gold, but I think for attacking the fort it might actually be a better idea. So yeah, get Charlevilles with them, Charlevilles, and then the Spanish 55s. We'll apply that. We'll wait a day. Yeah, we'll wait a day. We are gonna... Oof. All that construction is really hurting us at the moment, but hopefully it will... Yeah, hopefully it will help us out in the future. Oh, I guess it helps if we... So let's go a day, rest them up, and then we'll march on Fort Stevens. And hopefully we don't run out of gold, but we can start selling. And hopefully that'll help with a little bit of our reputation. So, produce 100 muskets. We're already starting to produce muskets. 20 a day, so this should only take 5 days. And we will get the reward of 5 more reputation. Yeah, as you can see, we are down in gold now. So, let's go ahead. Let's start leaving and getting our way towards Fort Stevens. Come on, join a brigade. Let's go ahead and start moving Bandit forward. Got to join them into the garrison. Hopefully they can start building up their force now that they're going to be in the garrison. Now we need to look at our market, and we need to look at possibly selling some goods. So what you can actually do is you can auto sell into one in sword. So whenever we get stuff, we can automatically sell it. So let's go ahead and do that. That way, anytime we do actually have some goods and swords, we will automatically sell as well. So that helped us out a bit, but we are still hurting in the salary area. So let's go ahead. We'll sell 50 of our horses. That actually helps us out a lot. And we're not really using them at the moment. We aren't really building wagons. We aren't doing any sort of horsemen. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll start marching on Fort Stevens with this new regiment. I guess what we could do is do an army, couldn't we? And then we could just, use our general to march with them. This is going to march us out of range of all these provinces, but I don't see Boston really doing anything. Not sure what Blackwood is doing. Alright, Patriot Resource Network, a small group of wealthy merchants, plantation owners, and influential figures discreetly convene and agree to the urgency of supporting the Continental Army. +5 ammunition, that always helps. I think we have plenty of ammunition at the moment, but that's definitely going to probably start changing here soon. Storage 63. I'm not sure how quickly we actually burn through ammunition in a battle. Let's start moving this a little bit quicker. Not sure what's taking them so long. Of course, them not using roads. There is no road to get to Fort Stevens. And yeah, as you can see, we are actually building out that new unit down there. Not enough muskets though, so we do need to probably want to look at maybe renting another factory. What are we looking at for production? 30 per day now. So we're getting there. I don't want it to go too crazy with all of our production though, because we are only getting, we're only getting 1,600 in our financing, and we're spending more than we're even getting in our financing just to pay our salaries. Alright, so smugglers breaking the law. We do need our loyalty isn't the greatest in New Hampshire. It's not terrible. It's only going to gain us 1% increase if we don't though, but we're going to lose 3 loyalty if we go ahead and take the money. But we need the finances, so we're just going to have to take the money. Alright, so we started the fight at Fort Stevens. I'm not sure why we can't actually fight the battle. Oh, they're actually leaving Fort Stevens. They just abandoned it completely. Didn't even notice we didn't select any of our forces with cannon to actually fight that battle. Not sure why we weren't able to actually fight the battle. But we are going to pursue as best as we can. keep our general with him as well. And we'll circle back to Fort Stevens afterwards. Not sure if they'll go off the map here, if the British are allowed to do that, or if they're just going to get stuck in the corner up here. We still have several days before the map expands, but I'm not sure if the British are... Alright, so we got our 100 muskets, so we got that extra prestige. I'm not sure if the British are going to be stuck with the same limitations. We're about to see. Looks like they might be. So we might have backed them into a corner that they're not going to be able to get out of, and we should be able to own this British unit. It's a bit of a cheesing the game here, but I'll take it when I can, because this is units they wouldn't be able to get back if we can destroy this unit completely. Now my conditioning is terrible now, and these are better British units. I also don't want to charge in because I'm worried that they will just counter march the other way. I'd rather them fight it out in this corner up here. Let's do that. I'm not sure why it's not letting us actually fight the battle. Not all factories or shipyards being used. What does that mean? Oh, I guess I have I can be shipbuilding. I guess that makes sense. Okay, so we've captured Fort Stevens. We got 3 more days on wagons, 21 days for the engineers of the revolution, 26 days before army innovation is completed. This will be a big boon too, and that will definitely. I think we got what 27 days before we finish that up. What is this that it's doing? It doesn't actually tell you what these are. Yeah, this is definitely what's taking a lot of my gold, because when it decided to do this, it's costing us. Is that 1,200 a day, or is that a just one day cost? Because if it's 1,200 a day, I don't think it's 1,200 a day. I could be wrong. We actually, by grabbing Fort Stevens, that really upped our finances by a lot. I think, yeah, we're still losing money according to this, from what I can tell, because we have 1,600 in construction, 2,200 just in salary. Production is another, yeah, so we're still losing money, but we're losing money at a less rate just by grabbing Fort Stevens. That really helped us out a lot. Because as you can see, if we go to the I guess supply network. I wish there was a way. It really doesn't. I don't know why my finances jumped up so much. Because before we were at what 1,600. Now we're at 3,600. Wonder what I built that really. It must have been one of the buildings I built. Oh, that really helped out with that. Trying to think if anything got completed. The recruiting house got completed. They started the blacksmith house. Stables still haven't been completed yet. Neither one of these is completed, although the town hall is almost done. The weaver's house hasn't even started yet. Schoolhouse isn't finished. I'm not sure other than capturing Fort Stevens, I'm not actually sure what actually helped us out so much. You can actually build stuff. Oh, we can even build a fur trader's house in Fort Stevens. We might want to go ahead and just select that and get that going as well. It takes 51 days, so yeah, let's go ahead and start getting a fur trader being built up here. I think they're actually doing a better job against us. Yeah, they barely did anything. These guys' condition is so low. But I can't imagine the British conditioning is much better. I kind of want to charge in and hope for the best. Because the ammunition is also getting affected. We're almost out of ammunition, but they can't. Like I said, even the British can't have that much ammunition left right at the moment. But I also don't want to tie up these forces for so long and not knowing what's going on down here. I don't feel like anything's happening. It does give you daily troop notifications by the British, roughly. So yeah, we are starting to suffer from some ammo issues. But they have to be too. There's no way the British have that much ammo. Because I think we had a full supply of ammo. We haven't had any ammo issues. Covert manufacturing, we actually got 165 United States rifles. I think that's what it's supposed to be. It just says United States. I'm pretty sure those are United States rifles. And then morale is starting to waver. It's not terrible. 68 out of 100. We might want to go ahead and charge in here shortly. We do outnumber them. Like I said, ammo is becoming a factor here. Maybe let them get one more volley off and then charge in. We do outnumber them quite significantly. More than 3 to 1. One more volley and we'll run in. Charge in there. Hopefully we can break the British. Smuggler's Warehouse. What province? It's Connecticut this time, which loyalty is not the greatest there either. We'll definitely get more. But I don't know, finances really seem to be our biggest issue right now. Although we don't have any construction expenses, we're actually, and our financing is high right now. So we actually probably could have done it, because it looks like we're actually gaining money at the moment. It's hard to sort of read this, but doing some quick math, it definitely looks like looks like our general's just outside, being able to affect these troops. So let's get him in. And we actually retreated. So let's get the general out of here before we die. That's sad that we outnumber them so much. But that's fine. We knocked them out of Fort Stevens. We can go ahead with man the fort. I would have loved to have knocked out that British unit, but I think I'm not going to push it there. We actually got 388 Brown Bess muskets. That's going to help out a lot through the discovery of the black market network. Okay. So Blackwood, let's go ahead and get you back into Fort Stevens. I really wish I realized my general was out of range. I think we probably could have beat him had we been in range, but they definitely need to get conditioning. They need to get their morale up. They're gonna march around. It wouldn't even be surprise me if they actually head towards Portsmouth now. And yeah, that's actually disappointing. We took Fort Stevens, that was good, but it would have been nice to nail him. Alright, so what we got? We can assign projects at the HQ, So yeah, I really, you can do some of these like refill copper. No, refill copper has to be done by the chief engineer. Okay. Yeah, and intelligence department, artillery department, yeah, has to be done by the main general. Okay. So we'll just start working on, I guess, research speed now for the quartermaster. Not much else he can do right now. We are 21 days away from Army innovation. I know things seem to be moving slow, but I don't want to rush it. I don't know. I kind of wanted. Okay, we're 20 days away now. Maybe this is a good point to spend the reputation. Wait to the end of the day now. We only have 19 recruits up here. We might want to break off. We'll leave one of these militia units. Probably just disband the army. Which one did I break off there? I don't even remember. Lee Brigade. Lee Brigade. So these guys will move back down. Leicester. And Blackwood will go ahead and man into the fort, because he's not gonna. We can't have all of them in there because the recruits are not very good, and I think they are not part of the supply chain. Oh, they are. They are. We actually are part of the supply chain to Portsmouth. I forgot we still hold Portsmouth. But whether we continue to hold it, I don't know what Baxter's plans are. Something tells me he's probably going to end up taking Portsmouth. So Fort Stevens will be outside of, and we don't actually have any. Does Portsmouth have? Okay, Portsmouth has ammo, so they should be able to ship ammo to Fort Stevens. Redcoats perform a raid on Chelsea Creek, supported by freshly arrived troops. 580, so I guess that's probably, I don't know what Chelsea's Creek is on the map, but I'm sure that's probably more troops for Boston. Yeah, it looks like Baxter might actually just be heading to Boston, so we might be okay leaving these men alone. These guys definitely need ammunition. They're not getting any. We just, I guess we could just hit supply with, no. Not really sure if that takes away supply. I'm not really sure how that works. I think it is telling you not to supply them with something. And like I said, I would think Portsmouth should be able to supply Fort Stevens with ammunition. But I'm not, again, unfortunately, I'm not sure how that works yet. It doesn't look like we can just buy it for a specific. Okay, so, oh, that's right, we did. So we could. Oh wow, that would. Let's let this burn down some. We only have a few days before the map opens back up. We are losing funds still. So yeah, we're back down in our financing. I'm wondering if when I have armies on the march, it's less? I'm not sure how exactly all that works just yet. But we are down in our financing. It looks like the British are pretty content at just holding Boston. They haven't marched out yet, which was something I thought they were going to do. We did take Fort Stevens, so that was good. We weren't able to destroy that unit, and they are heading. Looks like they might be heading towards Salem. They still aren't getting any ammunition, so that's an issue. I'm not sure how to solve that. Maybe if we just increase their supplies priority, because I don't want to have to march them all the way to Portsmouth just to rearm with ammunition. I'm not really sure how all that's supposed to work. If you know, please let me know. Because yeah, I'm not really sure how all that works yet. Because there's no reason they shouldn't, because Portsmouth has ammunition. They have the supply link. Is it just that maybe if I do that, that might help out? Maybe I should have focused on something. Maybe it's because the stockade is broken? Not sure. Not sure at all. Let's just keep fast forwarding. We're about to open up. Boston now has 7,000 troops. Rhode Island. Okay, Rhode Island has 100% loyalty, so yeah, I have no problem taking money instead of looking at loyalty. It's not going to help us out anyway. So yeah, Boston now has over 7,000 troops. Let's go ahead and join the garrison over here in Leicester. Hopefully the fact that we have several thousand in each one of these cities, that actually is preventing them from sailing in and out and attacking us. We do still have the 500 men in Hartford. We don't have the ability, I don't think, yeah, we still don't have any officers. So I'm wondering if I shouldn't, what do I want to do? Headquarters. I'm wondering if I should go officer recruitment, replace that project. Maybe, well, the day's almost over, so let's wait till the day's over and then we'll close. And then we will spend the reputation to get officer recruitment done. And then just go back to, that way we can start building out a few more units, because the map, oh yeah, January 1st, the map did open up. We are going to get the mission to take Fort Ticonderoga here in a minute. That'll definitely help with our reputation. Yep, there we go. We got to take Fort Ticonderoga. We get 20 reputation. We'll get 9 field guns. But we only have 90 days, so we have 3 months to take it. That is going to become my... Okay, so these guys are getting ammo now. Good. Okay. That is going to become my priority focus. Let's go ahead and look at the supply map. Yeah, because Fort Rice is going to be a big one to do as well. So I think what we do is we march up to Hatfield, attack Fort Rice, take Fort Rice, and then march on Bennington, or march through Bennington. That way we have our supply network all linked up, and then we can move up, attack Fort Saratoga, and attack Fort Ticonderoga. I keep doing that. That's probably our way of attack, but we are going to want to build out a few more units before we do that. Let's make sure we get Army Innovation 2 going. We could spend the reputation, it would just leave us with almost nothing. And we do have some coming hopefully here in the next few days. Let's see, 11 more days and that'll be done. And we'll get 10 more. Still going to leave us with not a lot of reputation, so we definitely want to take Fort Rice and Fort Saratoga before we look at possibly spending our reputation to get our second general. I'm not sure I want to leave Providence or take any more forces out of these, so I think what we'll do, let's go ahead and make 2 more army units. We only got 1 officer from that. I would have thought we would have got 2. But we could actually spend some money. I actually heard that Minutemen actually do pretty well against forts, and we are going to be doing some fort battles. So it might not be a bad idea to have some Minutemen. What? Oh wait, we do not have enough civilian muskets to even... That's right, we don't have enough civilian muskets, do we? What do I want to do? Let's go buy some civilian muskets. Yeah, we are going to have to buy some civilian muskets, a lot of them. Maybe not a lot, but we are going to want to... Alright, let's buy that many, because that'll leave us with 3,000 gold in the bank. We aren't going to be building any naval ships, so let's go ahead and we'll sell these naval guns that we have in supply. It's not going to be a lot, but it's going to help out. We do have some more, still have Galloper guns and some 4-pound Galloper gun, a 4-pound Galloper gun. I think we need 5 to build out a regiment, because I am going to want a lot of artillery. Alright, let's do this. Let's build out 1 more regiment. Alright, so that gets us going. We are going to need a lot more than that. And what I think I might actually do is that unit I just created. The Brown Besses would be nice, but I don't have 3,000 gold to be able to do that, so we're not going to do that. This regiment I just created, we're going to leave the garrison with him. We're actually going to put him in Providence to arm up, and we're actually going to take 1 of our regular units. We're going to move him to the forces staging at Hartford. That way, excuse me, that way it's not all just weaker units like this moving in. Now what we can also do, not going to have enough artillery. I don't have the money to keep buying artillery. But what I could do, okay, so that's all. I still don't have. I'm going to have to buy some more civilian muskets to do what I want to do. So let's go ahead and buy. I'm going to need to buy at least 160, I think. We are still producing, correct? Civilian muskets? Yeah, we're still producing, we're actually up to, okay, we're still at 30 a day. We might want to up that. As much as, I know it's going to cost even more money, but I think we are going to want to up that a little bit more and rent out a few more factories. See, our financing's back up again. Not sure what affects our financing, to be honest. Oh, you know what? No, we didn't get an event today that gave us money, so I'm not sure what keeps affecting our financing the way it does. Again, if you know what affects it, please let me know. And you know what? What was that? I think it was this unit, wasn't it, that had my good guns? Yeah. We can actually add a few more by actually equipping couple of these units up here, and once Lee gets to Hartford, we can actually equip some of those Brown Besses with his forces. So yeah, now this unit here has all the good weapons throughout. All the Charlevoix, Brown Besses, Spanish 55s. We don't have any more of those in the arsenal. We do have... wonder if we just add another Brown Bess to this unit. Yeah, let's do that. Let's give these guys Brown Besses. That way we can, once Lee gets there, hopefully we can actually equip this whole unit eventually with Brown Besses. That would be nice, but we'll see. Alright, let's fast forward this really quick. We are starting to get a little long in this episode, so I don't want to do too much more today. So we got Vaughn coming up. I'm going to hate leaving and not seeing what's going on over here. That's why having Benedict Arnold, in my army would be really nice at the moment. Okay, so yeah, I don't have any more colonies under my control that I can do. So right now recruiting is the only one I'm doing. I'm wondering if I shouldn't fix that and actually focus on something else. Maybe focus on mining? Let's see, actually let's take a look at our map, our mining map. So Connecticut has a lot of mines we can actually... And the reason why I'm thinking I go that direction is I could actually sell a lot of the goods. Have maybe... So they don't have any factories. Maybe just keep them focusing on recruiting. Cause yeah, they're already the best. Yeah, it was Rhode Island that had our best loyalty, so we don't need that. They don't really have many mines. They only have saltpeter mines. We could have them focus a little more on constructing. So let's just, yeah, have them keep on focusing on recruiting. And yeah, I don't see them any needs. So yeah, let's just keep focusing on recruiting for them as well. And yeah, we could use those resources, like I said, that we get from mining. Okay. So we have 49 more days. Again, I don't want to spend the reputation. Hopefully after we get this completed and we take Fort Rice and Fort Ticonderoga or Saratoga, we'll be in a position where we can hopefully oh no, we're out of gold. Oh god. Where we can spend the money to get Benedict Arnold. That's what I was trying to get out. Okay, so let's just go ahead. We can sell some of this. Let's sell some of our coal. This is the hardest part early on. We actually have a lot of saltpeter. Have a good amount of iron. Let's sell 5 iron. We aren't making any... Is this... Land and naval gun production. So we aren't making any cannon at the moment, so let's just sell all of our copper right now. Alright, so that keeps us going for now. That'll allow us to add some men to these units here. Oh, no, I don't want to one. I don't even think I can. You know what, I should have been adding Minutemen to these forces. Alright. So that should help. We also have forces in New Haven that we could bring up. I'm not too worried about losing New Haven. The only thing they have here in the south that anyway is Fort Montgomery. So let's have these men move up towards and join up this newly forming army. Let's get Vaughn in garrison there. So yeah, we are still losing money. It'd be really nice to figure out what actually affects your financing. If anybody knows, I'd love to know what actually will help us with our financing, other than just, you know, doing the financing option under the headquarters screen, the raising funds. So this will give us +3. I think really what we want right now. Alright, let's go ahead. We're going to empty out this army. I think they rested long enough. Let's move them up towards Hatfield. We could form them up, but let's just go ahead and move them. They're all going to the same location. I can select the other guy. Let's get them moving. Alright, well that helps. We got a nice donation today. Let's join the garrison. We'll let them rest a day, and then we'll move on Fort Stevens. So let's go ahead and move our character up and see what they have up at Fort Rice. Hopefully it's not a big army. It's only a level 1 fort. So yeah, they had 300 men at Fort Rice. We have 2,100 men. So that should be an easy victory for us to take Fort Rice. I can't imagine we'd have much trouble doing so. So I think that is where we'll leave it for today. Okay, moving on. Oh, well, we have so we got 1,000 guns for the army. They are just civilian muskets, 30 ammunition, or 10 naval guns. We definitely not worried about naval guns right now. The ammunition, I think we're in a okay spot for ammunition. I'm not too worried about that at the moment. I think I am going to start us producing some ammunition, though, thinking about it. It probably would be nice. But the 1,000 civilian muskets, I think, is where we want to go with that one. I keep meaning to. I think I'm going to increase one more factory, and I was thinking about it. I think I do want to making some ammo. As well. It doesn't say how much ammo you produce a day. Huh. We actually have no ammo. I should have taken the ammo. That's actually worrisome that we have no ammo. I mean, all of our forces have ammunition, but I did not realize I don't have any ammo. So let's actually jack up. We actually have New York that we can select as well. You know what? The provision doctrine doesn't cost any money, so let's go with that. I don't think ammo's included in that. We have 8 more days for that to be completed. It's worrisome that it's all red. Do I have to change this a little? Yeah, I do. Okay. So we're going to go down to making 50 muskets. In fact, let's go down to making 40 muskets a day. Let's go down to making 30 muskets a day. Just because we did get that big jump. In fact, let's, for right now, let's just do 10 muskets a day and really focus on getting some more ammunition created. Okay, I think that is where we are going to leave it. Next episode, we will march our forces from Hatfield to Fort Rice and hopefully take Fort Rice. Hopefully that helps us with some provisions as well. Wonder if, I just thought of this, maybe these forces, let's decrease, and let's actually take Fort Stevens off the priority now that they're full of ammo. Alright, I just did that so I don't forget about it. Hopefully we'll be able to take Fort Rice, get some more provisions, and help out. I'm wondering if part of probably our ammo issue is the fact that we need to give all these new forces ammunition. That might be why we sucked up so much ammo there. I wasn't paying attention to that and now I feel stupid. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully things go well in the next episode, and we will hopefully next episode we'll take Fort Rice and then take Fort Saratoga. I know there was a lot of mostly management in this episode. We did take Fort Stevens, but yeah, it was mostly just boring management trying to get all of our affairs in order. But thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it, and as always, bye.